Hello everyone, my name is Uthris and welcome back to another episode of Banished. It was brought to my attention the other episode that the part where we went ahead and built this dock area was never uploaded. So I apologize for that. It was kind of missed, it seems. I guess I had it pre-recorded and I didn't think I like already uploaded it or something, and that wasn't the case. So that episode is essentially lost to time. But that's okay, because, you know, now we have a lot more to kind of work with anyways. So we won't really be revisiting that anytime. But we'll just keep pushing on and hopefully not miss anything else in the future. So let me go ahead and get our menus up now so that we can actually continue and take a look at how the town is doing. This whole town is a little bit of a production iron smith kind of area. It's going to produce a lot of the ores and raw resources that we need so that we can then have an actual city metropolitan area that imports all of this resource and turns it into goods, right? I might have some good producing things here, like we do. We do have like a building supplier here, and I think we also have I guess a lumber mill is technically a finished product in a way. Brickworks, clay pit. So like this kind of little chain here is perfectly fine to leave in this town. Of course it's raining at the start of the episode when I want it to be nice and bright and good looking, but oh well. It's year 28. We have 107 total of adults in our town. In fact, we go to our overview here. We have a total of 163 citizens, which is a whole lot. 98% clothed, 92% educated, and we're doing all right. You know, we definitely have a lot of room to expand. A little bit worried about food here in the short term, and we're gonna see about fixing that a little bit. Finished this last little church last episode, so I'm thinking we're gonna detail this out first as a start. So I'm going to come here into the fence menus. I prefer, where are they? There is a specific set. There we go. It's this menu here. This is probably my favorite wall pieces for, you know, churches and other kind of civic buildings. So now I just need to try and decide on how this thing should look. And I try and use as many real wall pieces as possible. Only using kind of ghost sections where they can't walk anyways. That's probably the best way to do it in my mind, because I want these walls to actually function, right? Looks like they like to kind of take a little bit of a shortcut that way. So I might include that. We can do a little garden section here first. Nah. So we'll go up to here. Go ahead and swing a corner that way. And I want to keep the nice even spacing that we have around this graveyard on the left and the right side, just to make it symmetrical. And down here I'm going to move the door more downwards, closer to the road. Okay. So we need a corner piece. Gonna wrap that way. A wall piece there. We just have double left. I really use the indication that I can't build there as a good sign that I'm still lining things up and the spacing is accurate. So there's that. I think there's actually some pieces that we could use in here. I think there might be some crypt pieces. I just need to try and find them. Sometimes you can get a little lost in these menus here, so give me a moment to scroll through some of these. Is it in ghost image? Nope. Is it in here? I think there's like some sort of subcategory. Force outpost, no. This is one of the issues of having too many. Way too many mods here. What is this? These wall pieces. How do these look? These look okay. I mean, they don't have like a walkway up there, so they're just strictly for walls. Oh, that's a nice low wall. I like that. It's pretty cool. Small cathedral-like addition. I am honestly not seeing any. I wonder if it's gonna be in here. Cemetery, cool. Oh, okay, here we go. Here's a little crypt thing. And you can see that I can just place this anywhere I want. It's a non-collisionable item. So I wonder if I can go ahead, just place like 3 of them. Something like that. And that might help this whole area look a little bit better, I think. I think I have also an additional one, I thought. So I'm just gonna click through all these real quick. Nope, guess not. Oh well. So we'll just add a few crypts in there. That way they have a little bit more room, I put in air quotes, because I don't know really what that building does. If I hover over it, it might tell me. Decorative. Yeah, it's just decorative. These don't line up. I was hoping maybe the gate would line up. But that's okay. I like the low stone wall, you know. It's quaint. Very quaint. We'll go ahead and hook up a little bit of a road in through the area. We'll just kind of do that. And then this one here. Something like that. So they have a little bit more of an official pathway in through there. So that'll look nice. We're really short on firewood, it seems. So that's why I went ahead and built a cutting yard up here. So we're gonna get 2 woodcutters in each of these cutting yards, and they should drastically increase the firewood that we have. We have a new forester's lodge, which I need to make sure is fully staffed. It is, or 3. I only really ever put 3 in there. So what kind of storage we got here? We got firewood storage, firewood storage. That's gonna provide a lot. I need a lumber pile. Around, and I like these kind of prefabricated pieces because they hold a lot of items. And I think there's also, what's this? Shore rocks? Nah. Decorative logs. Anything cool here? Not really. I know there is a pretty cool decorative log item too, but we might have to worry a little bit about that later. Gatherers huts. We got people. Hunter cabin. Are we full up there? We are. So that's producing food. Great. Tiny little home is built. We have a small storage barn out here. Cozy cabin. Alright, so that left side is pretty much operational. And now we can talk about maybe phasing out this small connector and turning it into a little bit more of its own thing. And I need to turn these industries on. That's going to be really important, is turning these on so that we can really see how many more homes we require for this thing to work. So 3, 8, 1 person working at the forge, copper 5, So we'll get these guys all online. I'm gonna go down to just 2 builders. And after we get some more people in these, we'll then take an inventory on our housing situation. See where these guys are actually working from. Because, you know, there's going to be a lot of people around down here, and I'm going to need a lot of homes to support these industries. And I want them, you know, pretty close, so they don't have to walk as far. Let's just bump this up. We'll do that. And I don't see any sort of drop down to change what this thing gathers, so it's probably just going to gather a bit of everything. Copper ore. Ooh, we can make just straight up copper. No, yeah, no. We need to produce copper ore because our furnace here is going to make that. Okay, that's good. And this one's going to be 10, and we need 5 more people. So you can see we're already pretty short in terms of production. So I need a lot more homes out here. I'm totally fine with using a couple of the default wood structures. They still look nice. I just want to use them a little bit sparingly. So we'll do that. Something like there too. I wonder how many more homes we can really properly fit in here without it just looking a bit like a mess. We'll kind of cap off that road like that. And there too. So hopefully that works out. Let's check out this market, make sure we have supplies coming in. We're definitely a little short probably on food down here in this location. And speaking of food, we'll go ahead and see the pathing to the gatherer's hut. You can see, you know, one person here has to travel a long ways. That's not too bad. These aren't too bad. Let's go ahead and take a look at some of these mines. Oh, okay. That's reasonable. That's reasonable. It's still in the same town. Still in the same town. Still on the same town. That's good. That's great. And really, that's what I want to see. I want to make sure they're all working close to home. The new fishery spots, reed farm, that's all online. This dock will never function, so it's just basically on hold. This lumber mill I'm going to make firewood out of. In fact, because of that, we're going to need some storage. Firewood. So this is like a modded stockpile? I don't know really what it does. Maybe it just holds a lot more? Not sure. There's small covered stockpiles. Construction stockpile. How's our stockpiles over here looking? Not too bad. Definitely seen worse. Fire logs. There's some cellars. could maybe add a oh no, those don't clip through at all. That's kind of silly. This small angular cellar is kind of nice. For additional food storage out here. What's this? Vegetable field cellar. It's pretty nice too. I like that. Let's speed up time a lot because I want things to kind of progress a little bit as some homes get kind of stood up here. Well, total count and clothing count seems to be holding all right. Now, my food was at 20,000 kind of near the start of this episode. We're already down to 14,000. So that means I am consuming a lot more than producing currently. Part of that could be because up here they're starting to kind of reach the edge of this market radius. And that's going to be kind of the edge of town. I don't want the town to be much bigger than that in terms of homes. Two builders and 4 laborers. This is really going to slow down the ability of our people to quickly create buildings. But that's alright. How's the Gatherer's Hut out here doing? I mean, it's gathering a bunch of food. Gatherer's Huts are really, really, really strong. So I might try in between the two cities, or towns, I guess. They're not really cities. I might do a farming village out here. And all this is going to do is produce food out here, maybe. So we'll get rid of maybe this little post. We'll move it a little bit closer to town, right? Kind of tuck it in here. Maybe up here. So that way we can still get lumber. We can still get gatherers within the town border itself. But out here I might do some farmland. So there's a bunch of nomads here. If I come over, there's 28 nomads. We could accept these. And I will, because we kind of want the larger workforce currently. Only a couple of them don't have homes. Now the problems with nomads are that they're generally an uneducated group. So that really is going to affect their kind of education. So you can see it dropped down by 10% on both categories. That's not awful. Above 80%, definitely a passing grade, but higher the better. Because clothed people will consume less firewood. People with tools and education work more efficiently. I might build some sort of wall around this area. Try and make it look a little bit more nice. That might be good. Ooh, we got one little crypt done. Alright, now that we got some more people, I'll go ahead and start turning on some more industries. What is here that is kind of ruining? Okay, no. Okay, it's fine. There we go. Upgrade this by 1. Hire a person. Alright. That's good. All the industry is online now. Yep. I might need to get another brickworks so that I can make charcoal or maybe coke fuel. Not sure exactly how that'll work out. Our food is dramatically tanking, so we need to address that pretty much ASAP. Boy, it's just constant hammering over here, isn't it? With all the mines online. So let's go this way. And start laying out that gatherer's hut area up here. What's this? Village fishing docks. Fish farm. What is the really good fishery one that we have up by the Celtic village? Because this one person working on it is making 232 food. That's the minimum, in my opinion, to make it feasible. But I think there's another one, isn't there? Not that. It's this. It's Tiny Fisherman. Maybe this will be the final thing on this dock. So our food is dramatically dropping at this point. Alright. So gatherers. We need a hunter's cabin out here. And I think I'll use the vanilla gatherer's hut. And then we need a forester as well. I really like the village foresters. They are, in my opinion, the best model for it. I mean, just look at that. That looks pretty proper. Bunch of exposed logs kind of sitting out and about. So for housing situation, I'm not quite sure. Oh, that's nice. This little tiny house. So we'll do that. And to build unique homes. Oh, that's the cozy cottage, or cabin. Simple shack. It's pretty naturey. I think that's fine. That fits. Nordic homes, no good. Let's see. Is there a decent wood cottage? Yeah. There too. And what do we got here? Oh, nice. This is a beautiful home. Not really up to theme though. Dutch cape. These are pretty too. Corbold. Oh boy, too many bright colors. Coastal house, there's a tent thing. Village wooden house? And it's a solid choice. There's a farmhouse. Log house. I kind of like this one. We'll do that. This is almost like an upgraded vanilla home, in a way. In terms of textures and stuff. They have a very similar look to them. Just a little bit more refined. So we have someone up here at the trading post. So we'll come up, take a look. So they're selling wheat. I definitely need some wheat. So we need to somehow get up to 4,000. So we need to sell some flowers. That's fine. Get rid of feathers too. We'll get rid of all this flax. 25 of those. And then 50? 58? No, 62. 65. There we go. Math. We mathed it out. Alright. So now we have wheat. It's great. We can go ahead and dismiss that trader. At that point. Our guy better get kind of moving to storing things here, because if I take a look, you know, he's a little slow. In terms of inventory, we have a lot more flowers that he can be getting in there. We have a bunch of water. Isn't this place looking nice? I think this place is looking nice. Crafted limit, iron limit. What's hitting our limit here? Forge limit? Tool limit? Oh no. You're not at limit. You just don't have anything to produce. You don't have any furnace fuel. So I need a furnace fuel location up here. So that's under production. It's going to be industrial fuel. So we'll just slap that in here as well. And we'll speed up time. You can see we don't have any more homeless people. All the nomads found a home, which is great. Definitely good. And now we get to speed up time again. Our food is kind of holding steady around 12.9, 12.8. You know, it's definitely fluctuating a little bit downwards. So if I come over to the graphs and we go ahead and look at food, you're gonna watch that. In fact, we'll watch it by a year. So we'll see what this trend line kind of turns into. If it's just gonna sit relatively flat or not. Because this is gonna be an important decision making, because this is gonna dictate what we do in the next episode quite dramatically. So it's holding kind of level, and it's not fluctuating quite as strongly up and down, which is definitely preferred, because I want it to be as level as possible. It's not too bad. That's not a bad trend line. It's pretty even right now. If we get many more citizens, we're gonna be running into a little bit of an issue. We actually, I say that as in late autumn 29, like 7 people were just born. Uh-oh. Uh-oh, uh-oh, uh-oh. We have a disease outbreak. What kind of disease do we get? What do we got? What do we got? Dysentery? Oh boy. Okay, if this was Oregon Trail, this would be GG. This is over. This is it. This is the end of the line. I might need to quickly kind of install a small hospital for our people. Do I have a hospital? You know, I really don't know. I've got an herbalist, I think, in this area. This town might need maybe we'll do an apothecary? Because I don't think this town would have like a proper medical facility in my mind. Could throw it at the edge of town. I could throw it by the school. You know what? Let's throw it by the school. kind of do that. And now we get to fast forward time and watch this whole thing spread. So far, 1 infected. Now it's a 61-year-old miner here. We get a second infection. As more people interact near this person, he's cured. He's healthy, so he recovered. That's good. We're up to 4 though. This is spreading like the coronavirus. Okay, so we had a couple deaths there, but those are old age related deaths. I don't know if I would be able to recover from a mass kind of decrease in our population right now. We're kind of at the cusp, in my mind, of what we can handle. So what I might do, see, if I make all these students into adults, we're gonna have more kids, and that's gonna take more food. If people start dying from the infection, what I'll do is I will turn... Oh my god, it's spreading up here too. This is like a Center of Disease Control study. A child has died! Our cases... Oh my god, we have 20. Oh no, they're up here too! Shit. Alright, this is what we're going to do. We are going to close all schools as our reaction to this. The reason for this, we're going to close them real quick and open it real quick. And what's going to happen is we're going to get a whole influx of fresh laborers. These are going to be no longer educated workers. So again, we hit probably an education issue. Another 10% drop in that, so we're below 80%, which is not where I want to be. But this is a reactionary function so that we can still operate in case things go sideways for us. I don't want any of your ducks and chickens right now. You can see a lot of people sick, a lot of people traveling the road sick too. Oh no, someone else just died from dysentery. This village up here has no medical, as far as I'm aware. None whatsoever. Another one died from dysentery. Dysentery cases are going down though. But this can linger for a long period of time. That's just the way the Banished is. You know, one person infected up to 30 others. You know, that was our peak. But we should be able to recover from this. Anyways, I think we'll go ahead and end on this note. So tune in next episode where we try and figure out the Center of Disease Control and try and provide it with more funding. Go ahead and subscribe for more creative goodness such as this. Hit that like button. And leave a comment down below on what you think of the series so far. And I'll see you all in the next episode.